Hi there. As you know, I'm Dre from the Ignorant Noodle. 2 years ago, I went on a world tour interviewing a bunch of black businesses and entrepreneurs, and there was an issue with the person that I got as my editor. It was supposed to record and edit the footage for me. Well, I had paid him half up front, half when the flight landed, and after that, MIA. So he recorded everything. Somehow he stayed in contact, but he just wouldn't edit the footage for whatever reason. So it's been, after like a year of it, I was like, dude, just give me back my footage. Because at this point, it was too much work trying to convince him to do it. And normally, there was a contract involved. Normally, I would have took the legal route, but COVID. And it became more of a hassle. They wasn't doing civil cases for a while. So after doing, talking to some people, talking to some of my bigger names, friends, associates, peers on YouTube, they was like, hey man, sometimes you gotta bite that bullet and just move forward. So I did get the footage back. I've been editing it in the spare time that I have, and it's finally done. All of it's done. So just so you know, I'm not as good an editor as he was. Get that out the way. 2, the only video that he managed to get done was the dormtainment interview. So that editing is going to be completely different from the rest because that's the one he did. Just tossing it out there. But yeah, also there was some interviews lost. When he sent me all the footage, somehow there was a few interviews that weren't in there. Luckily, 2 of them, the one with Dita Montana and the one with Smurf and Izzy. Smurf's from Cream of the Crop podcast and Izzy's from Prodigy Sportive PSA podcast. Those was already up on the channel because I wanted to give you guys something after talking about the tour so much. That's like 2 years ago. But now, here's the rest of the footage. Enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of The Ignorant Noodle. It's your boy Dre, and I am in Colorado with a good friend, Dameron. Dam. That's the only name you need to know about him. Met this man in Africa. First deployment. I think we were same rank at the time. Now you 2 ranks ahead of what I was when I got out.
A little something.
This man going for the next rank. Still, what how old you is?
25.
Yeah, come on, bro. He had E6 in the Air Force. 25 years old. Going for bro, you for real gonna be E8 before you 30.
That's the goal, man. I mean, I'm trying to make. I say this to everybody, man. I'm trying to make everything first try. It sounds crazy, but I'm trying.
Greatness.
You know what I mean?
Everything you guys know about me, he's the exact opposite. Tell them where you're from so they know about the humble beginnings.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in Hinesville, Georgia. You probably never heard of it if you ain't military. But it's on the southeast, so I'm closer to like a Florida opposed to like in Atlanta. So I grew up out there. Grew up in a trailer park. I only moved once prior to joining the military, and it was literally 10 feet from one trailer to a double wide right in front of it. So I ain't really. That's true. That's facts, though. You know what I mean? So yeah, I grew up trailer in a double wide. Decided to join the military fresh out of high school, and yeah, we just kept rolling from there.
All jokes aside, I think you're the first black person I've ever heard of, like, ever living in a trailer park.
Really?
Like, yeah, like, I'm sure I've been to Hinesville, people. I don't doubt people live in trailer parks out there. But you're the first black person I've ever heard of, like, yeah, I lived in a trailer park.
Yeah, man. 472 Ruben Wells. That was the address. I'll never forget it. I gotta tell
you lived there your whole life.
Yeah, for real.
Wait, was you born in Hinesville? Like, is there a hospital out there that's not military hospital?
So my dad was retired Army.
Okay.
So I was born on Fort Stewart at Winona.
Okay. Oh.
They do have a hospital out there, Liberty Regional, but I wasn't born there.
Yeah, is it the same? You heard about Grady babies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it like one of those? Is that the same standard of hospital?
Maybe a little worse.
Oh, worse than the Grady baby. That's you're lucky to be alive. But
yeah.
Career-wise, you said, first you aim for first time go everything. Did you have any other plans before, or was it like whatever got you out of Hinesville? Like, what was your actual career goals in high school?
before the Air Force?
So going back freshman year, 10th grade, I was like, man, I'm gonna go to Georgia Tech or Georgia State. I don't even know exactly what I'm gonna do. Maybe some business, because you know what I mean. I was following my older brother. He went to Georgia State with a business degree, and so I was like, oh, you know, I just want to be like my brother type deal. I didn't really have my own direction. Yeah. And then when like junior year kicked in, you know, I realized I wasn't gonna be able to get no scholarships playing football. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I need to start trying to find something else. And what was presented to me was, yo, you either going to a university or you going to the military. Yeah. That was kind of like the only two options. So I took the ASVAB, you know what I'm saying, my junior year, scored pretty well. And so I just went straight to the recruiter office. And I was like, man, you know, I want to join the Air Force. My sister was in, my brother was in, my other brother was in. Yeah. And so I was like, man, this is, you know, something I want to do. I don't necessarily want to go to school. I want to start making money right away. And so I was like, man, I'm just trying to be my own person. I don't want to have to, you know, call my mom in college and like, your mom need $40.
Yeah, that's real.
I ate ramen noodles for a long time, and I was trying to get away from that as fast as I could. So.
Have you eaten ramen noodles ever since?
You know, very, very rarely, and it's because I wanted the beef or the chicken.
Yeah, you just you missed it. Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
it was a necessity.
Before it was like, dang, we got noodles. We used to eat choke sandwiches, which is just bread and peanut butter. Not even no jelly, just bread and peanut butter. You fold it and you eat a choke sandwich. Now I eat those because I like the, you know what I'm saying? The protein, you know what I mean? So
now it serves a purpose. Before
yeah, man. So you know what I mean? That's how we all started.
So what was switching over from living in a trailer park to joining the Air Force? Because I know for me, before I joined the Army, I had 2 twin-size mattresses pushed together on the floor, a dirty-ass sheet that barely fit over both of them. I had to boil my water, to get to take a bath to get to work. I had to do that 4 hours before work, because 2 hours before work I had to be on a bus trying to get to work. So was the Air Force just like, yo, 3 square meals a day? Y'all give me a nice bed? It's like, was it like one of those like, yo, y'all tripping? This is amazing.
Pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, so as far as beds and stuff, I had pretty much a bunk ever since I was like maybe 3rd grade up until like my senior year. Then they finally got me like, yo, there's nobody else here. We'll get you your own.
All your siblings are gone.
Get you your own actual bed or whatever. When I joined the military, you know, when I joined, I ain't had no money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The military is my first job. Yeah. So I didn't have a job before. You know, I just went to school. Then like the summer after, I just kind of lounged around, wasting time, really.
Cause I know, I think I went into basic with like $23. Yeah.
I had some money from graduation. Yeah. That, you know, my family. Yeah. Shout out to my family. You know. But you know, my aunts and stuff, they sent me $50, $75 for graduating. So I had a little bit. I spent some of it going out to see my siblings in Oklahoma before. So I think I joined. I maybe had like $100 left over.
And man, hey, going into basic with $20, coming out of basic with like, what I had like, damn near 3,000.
Yeah, like, couple racks. Yeah, I checked my account. I went to ours in San Antonio. I went and caught the new fit. Yeah, I mean like polo man with the vest.
So at the point, you grew up. I mean, if you're in trouble, you grew up poor. Like you didn't really have much. So was you one of the ones that fresh out of basic you completely racked out, or was it just kind of like I earned this one outfit?
Nah, I was definitely like I earned this one outfit. Yeah, you know what I mean. I get the money and I'm like, all right, I want to just go crazy. Yeah, but I know I'm gonna just be broke again. Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta at least save it. So like I started saving real aggressive. Like by the time I was 19, on like E3 pay, I had saved up like 11 grand. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, we getting like 500.
Yeah, 500. Yeah.
So I was just
be killing you. Yeah, but I remember them days. But you was active duty, or you are like I was National Guard. So I was like after basic and AIT.
Too.
Yeah, after basic and AIT, because I had all my money, and then you know I came out of AIT and I pretty much blew all that money, like a good bit of it, on getting a new apartment, like putting furniture in it, like getting my own shit, like getting all that set up. So yeah, I came out and I went right back to Forever 21 making like 10 something. So I was better off because I had more money starting off. Yeah. But you know I went back to aggressive saving, like you said, bro. I wasn't buying nothing. You know, I eat at work, like the fast food joints. I was doing my best. Plus now I'm getting more rank in the Army, so I was like, I was living decent. I'm not gonna say it was good. It was decent. But then that's when, after like a year of that, that's when I got into Africa, and that's why I met you.
Yeah.
Well, starting off, because we all know who I am. Everybody that watches the channel, they know they have a glimpse of who I am. They understand somewhat of my personality. What was your first impression to the end of deployment? What was the transition of meeting Johnson?
So the first time I saw you, you looked at me and like, dang, finally another black dude.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. You don't understand, bro. Because I still like, yo, we got another. Yes.
And he enlisted.
Yeah.
You was looking like, finally.
Yeah,
like,
a nigga I can hang out with, bro.
Yeah, then we found out we from Georgia, so it's already, you know what I'm saying, like, all right, we got similar culture, not just race. But I always knew you was, I could tell from the jump, like you was, you know what I'm saying, like a jokester.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a clown. And so I always liked that. I like that, you know, type of personality. And then obviously from the end, we actually got real cool, you know what I'm saying, hooping, playing basketball, or running for the 5K.
Football, 5K, football's all that.
And so my perception didn't necessarily change because I didn't have a bad perception from the jump. You know what I mean? So I know you was you know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. You make your jokes, but when it comes down to doing work, you do your work. So
I'm a simple man. Like I said, that's one thing our personalities mesh on, because you're the chill one, you quiet as hell. But it was like, the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can leave.
Yeah.
And that's how I saw it. Like, oh, I can't leave till at least 1500 anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play around.
Right.
But guess what? If it's noon and I'm trying to leave at 15, there's no more playing around.
Yeah. You gotta.
I gotta knock this
out
out.
Everything.
And if it's one of those things like, hey, yo, we got all this to do. Like, what was it? Fridays and Saturdays was like our hard hitting deadline days. Bro, we wasn't talking. That's when both of us had headphones in. Like, we gotta work, bro. I was over there, but the music was different. Cause all you listen to was Bryson Tiller every time. Yeah. It's like you would listen to other shit in between, but it was like, yo, I gotta push out these products, I gotta write this stuff, I gotta get this stuff done. You'd always say, hey, trap soul, like
it was a good vibe. You know? It wasn't like too amped to where I'm like in my seat hype. Yeah. But it wasn't too slow to where I couldn't. It was that nice middle. I could just play the whole thing through, do what I had to do, and I just, you know what I mean, flow like that.
Every day, or at least every weekend, was Bryson Tiller. Man, I was over to listen. Fucking Lil Dicky, Mystical, Migos, Justin Bieber.
Yeah. I just
my music was everywhere.
If I listen to something too hype, I ain't gonna focus because I'm gonna be singing the songs. Yeah, I'm gonna be singing the song, so I'm like, oh, I gotta focus. So I needed something that's, you know what I mean, chill.
That shit used to be so funny. Just coming around, just like looking around the corner. And you know, you on Google looking up news sites, doing stuff, and I just see that YouTube tag. It's like, what'd that say? Bryson Tills. Like, of course it is, man. He over here working hard. It is. You pull your headphones out. You need something? Don't. It's like, bro, put your headphones back in, bro. I already know what you over there doing, man. All right, get back to working.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Do you think Africa, that deployment, like, do you think that was a crucial point in your career that was just kind of like, I can actually do this? Because that's how it was for me. I had like no real experience because I'm National Guard. I'm not doing this every day.
Right.
So I get that deployment like, yo, this is easy. This is dope. I can easily make six figures. You know, at that point, I hadn't met any real assholes. So I was like, yo, I like the people in our career field. Like, they're cool. We ain't gonna talk about the mother deployment, but it's like, when you got there, was it just kind of like, yo, I can do this for 20 years?
Nah, so my first kind of like, you know, I got this kind of moment was, so after basic, you know, you go through your training. I did, you know, pretty solid in the training, the 6 months course. And then after that, you know, we have a mission qualification training program. You get to a unit, it teaches you how to tailor to the unit.
Okay. Yeah, we don't get that, bro. Army don't give a damn.
So yeah, you go to the school to learn how to be intel overall. And then you learn, you know what I'm saying, the specific stuff at your base.
They call that shit on-the-go experience. And they just toss you on the fire, bro.
So after I graduated from that, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, my NCRC's, the E6, he's like, yo, do you want to brief the general? So me, I just turned 19. I'm at E3. And they're like, yo, you want to brief the general? And I'm like, yeah, man, I can knock this out apart.
Let's do this.
I went up there. I did well. People coming up to me, shaking my hand after, like, man, I didn't know an E3 could do that,
bro, it's a good feeling, but it's like, chill.
Yeah, so that was kind of my like, you know, I didn't feel like I did anything necessarily special, but I could tell that I performed a little better than they. The
recognition, the immediate like bringing it up like immediately after in your face is like, okay, maybe I don't think I did nothing. I think I just did my job, but obviously I got something, I guess. Like,
like I just kept kind of rolling, man. This is my approach to kind of like the military and why like I say I'm trying to make everything first try is because I learned early on, you know what I'm saying, it's a momentum kind of game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, let's say I do well at that brief and the name of the game is awards, you know, try to get strats for promotion. Yeah. So let's say, you know, I do well enough at this brief and this month I just do really well and then they give me a monthly award.
Yeah.
Then the quarterly comes around. That monthly award is going to go on the quarterly package. Okay, I get the quarterly. Or they give me an annual. The annual comes around. Now I got the monthly and the quarterly on my annual package. Oh, it looks really good. He wants the annual.
It's like pretty much every section of can this guy perform? You're winning these awards. So when it's time for the big time, it's like, yo, he's already won like the 3-4 small ones that leads up to this.
And then the awards lead to your evals. Good evals lead to promote. You know what I mean? So it's all kind of.
You remember the Analyst of the Week award back in Africa?
No.
Was they hardcore on that when you were still there?
Nah, they. I do remember them doing like a monthly like service member.
Yeah, that was the base why they started doing one just for our shop, and I got it.
Yeah.
But it was the most disrespectful way that I could win it. I got it, and they were just like, you know, it was like, the soldier we're giving it to, you know, he's not the hardest working. It was like he generally like he plays around a lot. He doesn't take things serious. He's not the hardest working. He's not the best analyst we got. You know, he's not volunteering to do anything. But when it's time to perform, he always performs. He always gets the job done, and that's the people we need. We don't need everybody to be a superstar. We need a good team player. And I'm sitting there like, yo, you guys are really bullshitting this guy's award. And then like, Specialist Johnson.
They talking to you like you J.R. Smith. Yeah. We don't need LeBron. We need a nice role player. Like what?
I said, huh? I said, did I just get this award for mediocrity? And they was like, yep. Good job, Johnson. Get the fuck off me, man. And I think Gibson's the one that gave me that award.
That sounds like something he probably said. He'll probably definitely screw with you.
That's what I was like, seriously good. You know, he came up afterwards. He was like, in all honesty, Johnson is like, you're a good soldier. He's like, from what they tell the Navy about what E4s and specialists are like in the Army, he's like, you seriously surprised me because you're a lot better than what our expectations are.
Yeah.
I said, you couldn't start with that? You had to start with, this guy sucks. And, you know, he breathes.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's how it be. That's how our unit was. I remember at the time, Senior Paul, you know what I'm saying, they was giving out like a little award. I don't know if you were still there. You probably was. I don't know if you was on Jock or whatever.
Yeah, I might have been a Jock.
But they was giving out an award. And so he's presenting it, you know, talking, hey, this person is great, blah, blah, blah. And then he calls my name. Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then he's like, oh, I'm just playing. And then everybody like, oh, that was a bird, blah, blah. I mean, that's, you know, our relationship. But that was the culture of the unit.
Yeah.
Man. Everybody just spoke fun of each other.
That was that whole, the shit talking. The day I flicked off Colonel Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That whole, like, Dan.
Yeah.
Just Dan as a whole was great, man.
I think, like I said before, man, if I could go back with the same
I would definitely do Africa over again. That was a fun year.
Yeah.
Plus, we met some dope people, man. Just like even outside of like our community, because y'all will never find out what I do. You know, we keep talking around it. I'm not telling y'all what I do. Remember that. But after Africa, how was like career-wise? Like, what was the shift? Was it more responsibility going home? Because you've proven yourself. Because I'm sure you got emails like, basic enlisted leadership was Air Force. You worked under an Air Force captain, so pretty much everything you needed to show how good you were, everybody was already aware and tracking how to do everything for you. Yeah. So like going home, was it just kind of like, oh, shout out our superstars back, like we've heard about you, or was it just kind of like, hey, how'd it go, and then you had to like explain it?
A little mix of both. So like that year is the first year I started this, but like every year I kind of come up with a theme for the year, and that just kind of guides how I feel throughout the whole year. So I still got screenshots of me telling my brothers this. I said that year, was it 2016, the second half of the deployment? 2016, I was like, man, I realized I got an opportunity to do something great, and I dubbed the year No Mercy.
Yeah.
Meaning, anybody who compete with me,
yeah,
I'm
they
winning.
getting it.
You know what I mean? Like anything. And I take that competitiveness to career progression.
Yeah.
And so like when I got back, I had already had I got back. I was just senior airman. I was testing for staff, and then for E5, and then I went to Airman Leadership School. Coming out of Airman Leadership School, I won 2 awards, and then I put on July 1st, 2016 E5, and then that year I won NCO of the year for like my group. So it's probably. Squadron had about 200 folks. Group probably had 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And so like I only been an NCO for the half the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm beating out E5s, E6s.
Yeah.
And so I'm like that was also another moment where I'm like, yo, I can really do well.
Okay.
And so like the No Mercy, I just took that same attitude the whole year. You know what I mean? So I just every year I kind of come up with a theme. You know what I'm saying?
What's this year's theme?
This year, man, I dubbed it The Quiet Storm. The reason why is because I'm making moves and it's brewing, but it ain't. If you don't talk to me, you don't really recognize what I got coming.
They just see Tech Sergeant Dammer moving around.
And then when that storm hit, it's gonna hit. You know what I mean? So, for real, every year I got something that drives me towards my goals.
So for the people that aren't veterans and the people that aren't familiar with the Air Force, what he's doing career-wise, he's not going to talk about it. I mean, he's saying first time go for everything. But if you guys truly understood how precise and like straight and arrow and like just the level of professionalism you need to progress in the Air Force, this man is doing an amazing feat to like first time go everything from joining fresh out of high school to now. He's at an E6, he's 25 years old. So that's, 7 years?
Yeah. And
the way the Air Force operates is you have to prove yourself a year before you actually get the rank. So imagine like January 2017, they say, hey, you're going to make a great leader. But they don't give it to you till the next year. And by the time that next year comes up, if you're truly good, you're now competing with the next level. So now you have to prove yourself for that next year. So, yeah, this man is out here. Air Force, Navy, Marine, Army, everybody can recognize what this man is doing. His first time go is a tremendous thing. And I'm not going to let this man downplay himself because he's great. And I say that, I worked with him. I understand how he is. What he's doing is an amazing feature. And if you ever know anybody Air Force, ask him how hard it is to get first time go, because you gotta be on top of your business. You got to be on top of your rank, your troops that you lead over, community work, physical fitness. Like plus you got to stand out, because guess what? Even though they want you to do all that stuff, if you do it, know what they're gonna say? That's what you're supposed to do. So like, don't worry, we're gonna get into some more greatness of the great Dameron, man. Y'all gonna understand what first time go and no mercy means.
I would say, man, like whether you in the military or wherever you work, you can work at McDonald's, you can work at a retail store. I realized early on, and if you read books, you'll kind of get that same theme, is being successful is a vast majority of it is mental. You know what I mean? And my mindset is just slightly different than probably other people my age, and how I just think through, career progression and stuff like that, and my overall game plan. And so I feel like, if you kind of get that same mindset, like that my competitiveness that I take to work, that I take to when I play sports, when I do anything, I feel like if you kind of take that, my whole thing is a quote from Conor McGregor, I told my wife this coming out here. He said, I'm not here to take part, I'm here to take over. And that just sums up kind of how I approach everything. Business, investments, work, football.
He trying to talk good, but I'm going to tell you exactly what he told me back in Africa on why he's so great at what he does. But I ain't trying to go back to Hinesville.
I mean, that is a driving factor, you know what I mean?
Do you know how bad your home life got to be to where you put in this much effort into being great just so you don't have to go back? Like just so you never have to see the place you grew up in again. And you've been back what, twice?
Yeah, so I went back this last summer, July. Now is July 2019 is my first time going back since May 2015. Now it's for my sister's wedding, so I don't really go home too much. I mean, it wasn't like all bad, but it's just like I can.
Yeah, there's and I'm not gonna say that's how I feel about Columbus because Columbus is a nice spot, but there's not much going on in Columbus.
Yeah.
So I switched my mindset from I need to go to Atlanta to make things happen to I'm about to make shit happen in Columbus and just completely change it for the next generation.
Yeah.
So I can understand that mindset, but if you try to go back and change Hinesville, you're gonna need a lot more than you.
I don't need some help. Yeah. I need somebody to help me out.
Yeah, that's it. You're gonna need a whole lot more help than just a no mercy mindset.
I read this article, it's talking about Hinesville. Hinesville is ranked one of the, like, I want to say 25 worst cities for childhood development in the country. And the reason why the article said that was not because of, gang violence or nothing like that.
Yeah. It
was just because there's nothing for your children to do. You know what I mean? There's no park for kids to go to. There's no skating rink. The bowling alley, Hinesville itself doesn't even have a bowling alley.
Yeah,
you got to go on Fort Stewart.
Yeah, we passed that up a lot of times out there.
Yeah, so, it's just Hinesville, the city, and they're working on it. I think somebody told me they have like an arcade now, something similar. Like we had an arcade when I was real young, but it got shut down.
Same thing with Fort Benning. They had an arcade and they gutted it.
Yeah, so it's just getting kids something to do other than, smoke or
sex,
do
drugs, and trouble. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just fight or get pregnant or so they just need something to do. They just be bored. You know what I mean? It's like, hormones are going crazy. What you expect teenagers to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing Hinesville kind of has to get better with.
Your sibling said most of them, I think, 2 out of the 3 joined the Air Force?
Yeah. My sister, she got out. My brother, he's still in. He's about to get out as well, though.
See. Do you think, have you ever silently competed with your siblings? Like, you saw how they was moving through their career. You're just like, I'm going to be better than you.
Always. I just compete. That's what I do. You know what I mean? And not even just military. My oldest brother, you know what I mean? He has his bachelor's degree and, he's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
But I always tell myself, I don't want to be like anybody I look up to. I want to be better than everybody I look up to.
Yeah.
I feel like if I say I want to be like you, then I put a ceiling on myself.
There's a stop where you go.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I want to be like you. Let's say on a scale of 0 to 100, you're at a 78. Or I want to be like you. I just capped at 78.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to do it better.
And now you get to where he's at and you go, yo, I'm just like you. Yeah. There's like, I'm good.
It's not a, it's not a, I don't look at competition as a negative thing.
Yeah.
As some people kind of have a negative connotation.
Yeah, and a lot of, and that's where a lot of, the participation trophy generations and stuff like, that's what a lot of that comes into, because it's just like, dude, not everything's a competition. Like, it doesn't have to be, but at the same time, like, why are you upset that I'm trying to be better than you, hoping that you're trying to be better than me? Like, don't like, oh, this guy's trying to, or then stop. Like, how's that helping you? Like, how's that benefiting your life? That's it, man. Compete in everything, man.
Yeah, to me too is like, some people look at competitions like, oh, especially like career-wise. Not necessarily like sports, but career-wise, you see a lot of people like, they try to belittle others or demean others to make themselves look better.
Man,
and that's,
here, man.
There's no way to go, man. Like, you can, trust me, you can compete with people, respect people, and then still do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I compete with somebody, I don't worry about what they have going on, because I know if I do my best, I'm going to be hard to beat regardless. Yeah. So I don't have to... If I'm worried about what you got going on, then I'm going to be trying to belittle your accomplishments and do that.
And if I'm worried about what you got going on, it better affect me in some way.
Right.
Like, it better, like, if you don't do your job right, my job gets better. Because if it's just like something like, if you say, hey, man, I got a personal goal of, making $1 million before next year.
Yeah.
Hey, just let me know if you make that. Like, because if you make it, I'm gonna talk to you like, yo, how's that $1 million? Like, yo, you really getting there? Like,
right.
But other than that, it's just like, hey, bro, I'm about to go clip my toenails.
It's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Congrats.
Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. You know what I mean? I just gotta keep. You gotta keep your eyes on.
You got every generic football coach line.
That's how I approach everything. You know what I mean?
That's another thing I thought about. Do you still train the youth boxers? Cause you used to have the hands back in the day.
Nah, so I haven't been training. When I got out here, I started training more jiu-jitsu, like grappling.
Yeah.
I competed a couple times. I think I competed 4 tournaments, something like that. I got the medals in there. I got like a first and like maybe 2 seconds, and then one of them I didn't place because I got like. I think I had like diarrhea. I hate something bad.
Yeah,
and I just
Chipotle.
Yeah, don't ever disrespect Chipotle.
Hey, this man grew up in Hinesville with no Chipotle, right? Apparently, this man joined the Air Force, and Chipotle was the only meal he knew.
Pretty much, man. I love Chipotle. Sponsor me. But
Chain.
I haven't been trained too much. I had like a couple, issues going on back and all that jazz. So I mostly like jump rope, stuff like that to stay in shape.
I remember when you first started training, this man, so ruthless, bro. He had posted, I can't remember. It was one of the social medias, probably Instagram. But he was like, yo, I'm training these kids to get strong. He would like train them. And one kid was like trying to bench. He had like the bar. And then next thing he started putting like the 5s on there. Like at the end of it, this kid's got like 20 pounds on the bar. And I'm like, yo, damn, you know that's the kid, right? Man, he put it up. Don't worry about him. He got this. And I'm like, yo, this man, he don't play around, man.
Yeah.
For anybody.
When I used to like really, be training hard, just weights and everything, I used to really push myself, push everybody who worked out with me. My wife, she used to work out with me.
Did she quit because you got too intense?
She tells me that I get too intense sometimes, but the reason why she initially had stopped was because she went home on leave and her mom's then boyfriend told her she looked too manly.
Oh.
So she was getting too much gain.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That affected her.
She's like, oh, I can't work out. I can't lift no more.
Yeah, you know she's going to kill you if she see this, right?
I mean, but she'll be all right.
She gonna start working out again, get swole, then beat your ass.
She's strong. Like she was squatting 225, deadlifting. She got it to 290 when she went to Kuwait. She's really power clean. She could hit 135, and really that day she hit 135 on power clean. She felt like the Hulk, and she was like, "All right, I'm stopping." But she got it easy. Like, it was a breeze. I'm like, yo, let me add a little more. She like, nah, I'm all right. I'm like you right there.
Yeah.
She's strong though, man. She's real strong.
And you love seeing results. That's one thing I can say about you. Results make you happy for anybody.
Yeah, man. I like to see people eat.
I bet just watch her lift it up, just like.
I get more hype
toss on 15s.
Yeah, I get more hype than she do.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh my gosh, and I'm like,
that's my girl. This my woman right here.
Because I'm like, man, you could probably how she had deadlifted 290, 295 in that video. I'm like, yo, you could really hit 3.
Like you could easily. I think I got my numbers up when I was just in Afghanistan, but I finally hit the 500-pound club. I think I was like 695 overall before I left. I think it was like 180 something on bench, 305 on deadlift, and I think like 280 something on squat. But I got bad knees, so it was one of those like I'd get it up, but I'd feel my knees start hurting. And I'm just like, I know I can kill 300, but if my knee, my knee, I was like, I don't want to risk it. I love my knees too much. Yeah. So now that's why.
I haven't been. I want to get back on after this PT test because I really want to hit 405 squat. When I was 19, I was 163. I weighed 163, and the most I hit on squat was 390. Yeah. And I'm like, I was 15 away. I should never stop. And so I'm like, if I could do that 163 if I train long enough. Yeah. And I'm like,
get back in it.
177 right now. So I'm like, yo, if I get back in and hit it tough, then I can for sure like get back up there and probably surpass 405, honestly. Because at 163, 390, 19, I was pretty solid. But I just kind of fell out of love with it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, after a while, it's just
I was competing before, and then I stopped competing, and then it just...
You had so much other stuff going on. It's like you lost the competitive for that. It's like, I'm not competing. I'm not... I know I'm strong.
Now, somebody, talk trash or something. Now,
I gotta go. I gotta show you all. I gotta show you all. I got you. Don't worry. Give me a week. I got you.
Yeah, but overall, man, like for fitness, I just, dudes like mostly body weight or jump rope. I run, but I don't try to run too much.
I'm switching to swimming.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm switching full body.
I would, man, but I ain't proficient in swimming.
Neither am I. That's why the person I'll be swimming with, he's a licensed swim instructor.
Yeah.
Like my homeboy from middle school. Like he's gonna be my
lifeguard.
lifeguard.
I go like 5 yards and I'm gassed.
Oh yeah.
I've been working so hard to get that little bit. And
I can get from one side to the other side, standard pool. Not talking Olympic size.
Yeah.
I get from one side to that side, go, and then barely make it back. Like so technically that's one lap.
Yeah.
Like to non-swimmers, yo, that's 2 laps. I went down and back. To them, I was like, nah, that's 1.
Yeah.
But no mercy, money man, never go back to Hinesville. That lifestyle. You gotten big into investments.
Yeah.
How did that switch to investments? Like, was it just kind of like all the recent talk of, hey, you gotta make your money, make money, and then was it like one of those, and you were just like, that's a phrase I like saying. So did you get into it, or was it like somebody like hit you up with it?
I'm gonna tell you a true story. When I was 18, and I got to my first base, I was talking to these officers. There was a captain and a lieutenant, and they were talking about investing. And I took a banking investing class in high school and stuff like that. And to actually meet people who were doing it, money, it was a cool experience to me. And so they set me down like, yo, I'm on Charles Schwab, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's what I need to be on.
Yeah.
And so I go to sign up at Charles Schwab. And when I signed up, I didn't have a license at the time.
Yeah.
And Charles Schwab required you to enter your license on it. And so I looked at the captain. I'm like, dang, bro, what do I do? And he's like, I just put in number 1 and see what happens. And so I put in number 1. My account got denied, obviously. They called me, and the lady was like, all right, I'm gonna ask you 3 questions. You can get it right, then we'll process your account.
Yeah.
So I get the first 2 right. The third question is, what county do you live in currently? And I had just got to my first base. I'm like, ma'am, I have no idea. Like, I literally just moved here. I don't know. I know I live in Glendale, the city.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, well, I'll give you multiple choice. It's, this county, or this county.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, she dropping your boy a hint. So I was like, it's that one. She was like, incorrect. I'm like, why you emphasize the wrong answer?
Man, it sounded like you were helping me out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, she helping your boy. Nope, incorrect. And then I didn't have a car because I didn't have no license.
Yeah, so you ain't have no place to look at the back of the plate.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So she was like, yo, you gotta, to process your account with us, you have to come downtown. And I'm like, how am I gonna get there? I just told you I don't have a license. You know what I mean?
I told you I ain't got a license, which means I don't have a need for a car. Plus, I just got here. Like,
it's like, come on, man. So when I first tried to invest when I was 18, like straight out of tech school, and then I ended up signing on with Fidelity like maybe 2 or 3 years later. But then I found out about Robinhood, the app. Yeah. And at the time, Robinhood was like the only big app, and it was commission free.
Only big commercial, like, for the people app to
invest. It was commission free. Like, when you buy something Fidelity, they're going to tag, well, I think they are now transitioning to commission free, but at the time, it was like every transaction where you bought or sold added a $4.95, you know what I'm saying, like, fee on. So if I buy a stock at $200, it's going to show up as $204.95.
Yeah.
And so I'm technically buying into a, deficit or whatever. So that's why I switched to Robinhood. I just kind of did studying on my own. So I've been investing since like 2016 with my own money, teaching myself. I learned a couple hard lessons. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, I was like, all right, man, I need to make this money quick. Yeah. Penny stocks. That's a terrible idea. I lost maybe like 900.
You ain't pay attention to Wolf of Wall Street. That's such a bad idea.
So I lost like 900, made it back, and I was like, cool, I'm not finna F with that no more. Going to leverage exchange trade funds. Got burned for like $1,200 on that, made it back. All right, cool, I'm not doing that no more. Yeah. And then I kind of found my own lane, but then Robinhood came out with something called options trading. Yeah. Which is the right to buy or sell a stock at a given price by expiration date. And my boy was like, bro, you need to get on this. Yeah. You need to learn
this. Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, I'll test it out. I was doing solid, and then, touched the stove, learned a hard lesson, lost like $6,000, got banned. I got banned for 90 days. So Robinhood has a policy. You can't execute 4-day trades in 5 days. And I pretty much busted that, trying to recover from a L, try to catch a falling knife. Lost like 6 racks. Got banned for 90 days from day trading. Actually, at the time, it was I got banned from buying anything.
Yeah.
So I could only sell. I couldn't buy anything.
You could only sell what you already had.
Yeah.
If you had anything.
Right. So I'm like, bro, this is whack.
I think that happened to me one time when I first got it, but it wasn't 90 days. I think they just banned me for like 4 days.
Nah, bro.
4 or 5 days.
3 months. I'm just
That's
looking at my
like
account.
my first trip to Afghanistan, and when one of my homeboys out there put me on. I think I got banned for like 5 days because I like went too low on something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's losing $6,000
hurts.
was like seeing your account in the red. It was at 25, now it's at 19. You're like, dang. But after I got back from the 90-day ban, I made it back, and now I kind of found a new wave of kind of really my own lane. Before I was just kind of testing out different things.
See what I can do, what I'm good at.
But now I kind of found my own lane, and that lane is a lot of what companies do for like their Roth IRAs with folks. Originally, what it is just investing in index funds, ETFs. So what that means is I'm investing in a underlying security that follows a given sector or a specific index. So like an index would be the Dow Jones or the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, stuff like that. And so that's what I buy. Vanguard has a lot of them. You can just go to like Vanguard.com or just Google like Vanguard index funds. Yeah. You'll find a lot of them. They have one, and it gives you good diversity for a lower price. Yeah. So like, let's say Lockheed Martin shares, I want to say around $380 now. Yeah. Right. So you can buy Lockheed for $380, then buy Visa. I think Visa's like $176-ish, somewhere around there. Yeah. Microsoft was like $137 today. Stuff like that. So you can.
This man knows his shit. You notice he ain't pull out no phone. That means you looked before you came home.
Yeah, I look religiously every day, all day, pretty much. If I get the chance, I take phone breaks, go check my phone, see what's happening. If work is slow, I go get on Market Watch, see how everything's going. But yeah, for diversity, that's kind of like the name of the game. Is long-term success is through diversity. So buying individual stocks, I don't have enough money to really build a true diverse portfolio. Yeah. And so index funds is a great way to build diversity for a cheaper price. An example would be if you look up VTI, it's a Vanguard Total Stock Market Index ETF. And what that means is it's comprised of 3,606 individual stocks, but you can buy into it for about $152 a share. And so you pretty much have the diversity of the entire stock market for $152 a pop, instead of buying a bunch of the individual stocks. So the difference between stocks and index funds and ETFs are risk reward and the stock market are the two sides of the same coin. So the higher the risk, the higher the reward. Yeah. So index funds, so stocks are higher risk, higher reward. So you can look at the 5-year chart for Visa, and it's about 220% over the last 5 years. Whereas you look at like VTI, for example, the index fund I just talked about, it's the last 5 years is about 49%, 50%. And so that's still an average of, over 5 years, 10%. And a good investment is considered to be 5 to 8% growth annually. So if you have something that's getting average in 10, you're doing pretty solid. So definitely check those out. Vanguard has a bunch of good ones. VTI is one. VOO is another that follows the S&P 500. They have ones for high dividend payers, so you still get dividends from those. So I own I can't remember specifics. I just got a dividend from one of them. But it was only a couple bucks, but I only have, 2 or 3 shares of it. Yeah. But yeah, so for anything you need, man, they have telecommunications ETFs, information technology ETFs. If you want to get into aerospace and defense, Lockheed, Northrop, Raytheon, all of that. They have that. They have stuff that follows the NASDAQ, S&P, Dow. They have everything you can want, and you can get it for, like I said, a lot cheaper, and it gives you that diversity. So I feel my long-term growth plan is pretty solid if I just continue to add to that over time. And then short-term, I make short-term plays, trading options still. So I got a couple plays that I'm hoping are profitable in the next 2 days. Yeah. So
next 2 days, man, short-term.
Yeah. So with options, man, it's really good, because you can make money really fast. And so, for example, like I said before, option is the right to buy a stock or sell a stock at a given price. What that means is you can benefit from the stock whether it increases in value or decreases in value. Yeah. So right now, I'll give you an example of a play that I have. PayPal. They're announcing earnings tomorrow after the market closes. And so I have what's called, I'm straddling. So I'm saying I got a call option that's going to increase to, I want to say, I can't remember off the top of my head. And then I have one that says it's going to decrease in value. So it's been dropping. I think the one I said decrease was at, I said it's going to hit $95.50 by X day. And it decreased today to like 97. And so this one,
if it drops one more, or
so I can cash out.
One more, I
can cash out right now. You know what I mean? You don't have to wait.
I can cash out.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for a little more volatile move after a company reports like their quarterly performance. Yeah, it's gonna swing in one way or another by 5 to 8%. If it's real volatile, maybe more, and that's where you generally make your money at. But trading options, man, you can really. I've literally made trades in 10 minutes, and I made 10%. Yeah, and I've done it consistently with day. Well, you gotta have day trades to do that. Yeah. But I literally hopped in at 7:35, 7:45. I was out 10%, and I was finished for the day. Yeah. Now I talk percents because a lot of people like to talk money because that's what entices people. Like, oh, I made 2,000 a day. Yeah. Well, 2,000 could have been 1% of which you. That's not a good deal. Yeah. But if I tell you I made $2,000, it's like, oh, he made a lot of money, but it's really was barely percentage wise. So that's why I talk percents. So I made. You know, you can make 10% in 30 minutes, 3 hours, whatever.
See, somebody says, "Oh, today I made 10 cents." I was like, man, he ain't make shit.
Yeah. But if you only waged 20 cents,
I would say if you put in 1 cent, that's what 1,000% profit.
You like 10-fold. You know what I mean? So that's why I talk percents.
And then it's like so if I do that, I toss in, I can add in whatever numbers I want on the back end. Guess what? That percent staying right there. If somebody said, "Oh, I made 2,000," okay, but what was the percent? Oh, 1%. Like,
right, that ain't nothing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Numbers
so it's like when you talk percents as well, and just options in general, the good is there. Like I said, you can make 10% in 10 minutes, but the reverse is also true.
Yeah, you can lose.
You can lose 10% in 10 minutes. So that's why your risk management has to be good. So I only I only invest like 1% of my portfolio at a time. In options contracts. Yeah. And so that way when I make 10%, I technically make 0.1 of my total portfolio. So 10 of those I have 1% of my portfolio.
It's numbers. I'm doing good. I'm progressing.
Yeah, steady, slow and steady. Because if you try and take the big shots downfield, that's what I was trying to do before. Yeah. And I was just effing myself over. Yeah, you know what I mean? So so it's like you don't want to put yourself through that emotional roller coaster because like there's times where I was literally like, I think this might be I touched the stove too long and my hand gone. You know what I mean? When I lost that 6K, I was depressed. Yeah. I'm like, bro. And then I got banned. It was a double whammy.
Because it's like you lost all that money and then you was told you can't make it back.
Yeah, you gotta wait 90 days before you can try.
You gotta wait 3 months before you try and get this check back.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, and 6K ain't no hope. Especially when you were young. Like 6 racks.
What you was? 2021 at the time, maybe?
I was 23.
Oh, okay, at the time.
I'm like, bro.
Man, what was I doing at 23? I think I was headed to Africa. I was either headed to or coming from.
Oh, yeah, you're a little older. So.
Yeah.
Man, investing is always good. I would say if you want a challenge, options is cool, but don't really play with it if you don't really want to put the time in to learn. Because you can lose a lot of money real quick, and then you're going to just be sitting there with the Pikachu face. If you want to go like the long-term smart route, I say just buy a lot of index funds, ETFs, through Vanguard. So you can just download Robinhood. It's a free app. You just put your money in. It's commission free, so they don't charge you anything.
Everybody know about Robinhood, bro. Robinhood, when they came out, everybody had it like in their bio. Social media was like, hey, bro, invest in your own money, man. Be your own business.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
So you can literally, Robinhood got everything you need, you know what I mean, as far as index funds, ETFs. You can just Google them, find them online, or you go into Robinhood search. You can just type in what you're looking for. You can type in
oil.
Oil ETF. And they'll pop up with one. You know what I'm saying? So I would say for the average person, just index funds, ETFs, steadily over time, and you'll be good to go.
Talking money. I know you was trying to get I think a bunch of scholarships. I think it was something like you and your siblings was working on, like giving out. Like it wasn't like big money, but it was like small amounts that you know can help people. Like whether it's whether you guys can only give up $5,000. Guess what? That's somebody's school books for hopefully all 4 years. Like, and if not, guess what? $5,000 you don't have to worry about at college is probably like food, clothes, like getting around. Is that something that you guys are still doing? Or is that something that you guys have been trying to expand on?
No, so we did it for a little while through my sister. My sister has a nonprofit organization called the Shine Foundation, and we did that scholarship for our father who passed away in 2014. So we haven't done it as frequently as we would like, but once we, kind of get our feet under us and stuff like that, we'll
everybody come up,
bring it back.
So invest in the homie, man. They trying to. He just told you he's trying to give the money away. Give him the money so he can give it away.
And I just like, giving
like
people the avenue.
Yeah, I like.
You know what I mean? Another avenue for investing is also real simple. Is and really a lot of people are getting into real estate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, I've done a little preliminary research for it. So like websites, if you want to buy your own property, you can look at roofstock.com. They generally sell. It's other investors selling their properties that have tenants already in it. There's another website I found. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I have it in my notes, but. And they sell cheap properties. You can buy like Section 8 homes from that website. It's kind of like an auction.
Yeah.
You can find stuff. I found stuff as cheap as $30,000.
Yeah.
Which you might be like, $30,000. That's a whole lot.
Right.
But
and the grand scheme of things, bro. And that's something I've learned. Like $30,000. Because I'm trying to get my production studio. I saw a building that was like $30,000, and I saw it. I immediately sent it. Was like, hey mom, like yo, you do taxes. You got your own tax office. I can use this for a production studio. Like. We can put in on this together. Yeah. And I think it was like some building that had got like badly burned. She was just like, $30,000 sounds good, but it's bad. Like it's been burned down. I know exactly what building they're talking about. All that. So trying to schedule that because I'm like, bro, $30,000 is nothing. Yeah. Like
you probably for a building like that, you might got to put in a little maybe 10, 15 later on to renovate.
The cartoon fever that I'm working on right now, just for the animators and voice actors, alone cost me $20,000.
Dang. You big money grip.
Whatever, man. And so that's what I was like, if it's $30,000, even if I gotta bite the bullet, hop back on a plane, go back to Afghanistan for just 6 months. Yeah. I will do that for that $30,000 to get this studio. Yeah. Plus, if we do what we do, 6 months we get a lot more than fucking 30.
Yeah, man. Like you can find properties it's out there. It's just a matter of how much time you put in to find it. You know what I'm saying? And really. As an investment, so I've learned when you're doing investment deals, so like we buying a semi, we bought our semi, the bank was like, yo, it's an investment deal, you got to put down 25%. Yeah. And I think real estate is a little similar. If you're not going to be living in there, so when you go to buy a home, they're going to ask you, is this going to be your primary residence? It's going to be in a rental property, so like an investment deal. Yeah. And they have different kind of requirements.
Yeah, there's different background checks, like percentages, down payment stuff.
And investment deals generally they considered more risky because the person buying it isn't going to be in it.
Yeah, it's one of those like you have somewhere else somewhere where you're living, you're making sure that you have a place to stay, and you're trying to get somebody else to pay for this.
So it's a little more risky to bank. So they require like generally 25 to 30%. Yeah. So if you look at it, 25% of or 30% of $30,000 is $9,000. Yeah. So they put a down payment down on the real estate. Yeah, $9,000. You really need $9,000. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta buy it. If you big baller, you could buy it outright. Yeah. Buy it outright, okay. But if you just person trying to get your feet under you, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to get some extra money.
Yeah, 25%, 30% and down payment for investment.
You can what you're supposed to do is upsell it. Like if you got this spot, they charging you $1,000 a month. Yo, charge whoever's there $1,200. Like don't make it crazy. Like they charge me $3,000 a month to stay here. I'm making a profit. Like no,
800 square feet. Yeah, like gonna buy this.
Put it. If it's $1,000 a month, put it for $1,100, $1,200, something like that. Imagine you gotta be smart. You gotta understand who the clientele is. People, we can talk money all day, bro. People, they ain't gonna stick around. Like, oh man, they talking about buying houses and stuff, man. They ain't trying to listen to
this. If you want to be even simpler, and you like, man, I don't want to find the properties, you know what I'm saying, but I still want to invest in real estate, there are websites, they are crowd-funded real estate investment opportunities. And what that means is there's a group of investors, and they pool together average Joe's money. Like me, Johnson, whoever's watching. They pull together everybody's money, and then they go out and buy apartments, rental homes, everything, you name it. And so an example of that is Fundrise, FUNDRISE.com. Another one is the Tulsa Real Estate Fund.com. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund is black owned. So if you really on your black power tip, you know what I'm saying, get on with them.
You is.
I got on with Fundrise originally because the Tulsa Real Estate Fund wasn't established when I was looking for these opportunities. So I'm with Fundrise. They have, how Fundrise is set up, they have 3 different, you know what I'm saying, portfolio types. So
all
you can have
a. What's the check, bro? You be going in.
So you have the growth portfolio where they'll put your money in assets that are focused on appreciation, and then you have the supplemental income portfolio. They'll put your money towards assets that are focused on dividend paying, and then you have balance. And so right now I have balance, and just to kind of give you roughly what you can expect. So under the balance scheme, I get around 5% on dividends annually, and then maybe another 3% on appreciation. And then if you are getting under the supplemental to augment your living, you can expect around 7 to 8% is what they generally tell folks to expect for annual dividends. And so if you got $100,000 in there, you got the supplemental at $7K a year. Now you got to pay taxes on that at the end of the year, so don't just blow all of it.
Yeah.
But my kind of approach is, you know what I'm saying, I'm starting early. I'm going to keep adding to it, and then I'm going to reinvest my dividends. So when I get older, my dividends right now, you know what I'm saying, every quarter might be like $58. But when I get older, I'm trying to have those quarterly dividends at $20K, $15K, so I can just budget that out. You
remember,
know what I'm
Dam's 25 years old. Remember that. Also, he's still in the Air Force. So what we make in the military side, Dam could easily get out right now, and I know with the knowledge and skill set he has and the level at which he's already achieved rank-wise, Dam could go overseas right now and make $150,000. At least. And he gonna cut that at 100, at least 150.
Yeah.
Because they already offer me senior positions, bro. I don't want that level of responsibility.
Yeah.
Ain't trying to be no senior. But yeah, they offer me those positions. So I know what you already achieving the higher rank and technically doing it longer because you are active duty.
Yeah.
You can easily make 160. But guess what? Ain't nobody trying to sit overseas all day life. So at 25 years old, remember, he's doing this with a military paycheck. I ain't going to say them numbers. You can look it up on Google if you really care that much on what his check looked like. But this man has a wonderful home. This man's investing. He's heard him say he lost $6K. He got it back. This is all off supplemental stuff. This isn't the Air Force. Don't think that, oh, he got money because of the Air Force. No. This man's out here getting it himself. So I'm going to make sure all his contact information, tell him I sent you. I mean, he going to know. If you hitting him up randomly, Tumble, so it was fun. What was this place called? All these links going to be in the description box. All that. I'm going to make sure everything good. But remember, this is a young brother out of Hinesville. Butt fuck nowhere. I went to Hinesville. The only good thing they had to eat was grapes. But
yeah, man. We got Hinesville, man. Like you say, it's the middle of nowhere, but it's a lot of talent in Hinesville. And just Georgia in general. But I gotta plug in. Gotta plug in Hinesville, man. We got the people that are the career paths that people think are more common. Photographers, but they're excellent. We got a couple rappers that I like out there. We got athletes, finally getting their recognition. One of our photographers shoots for Keke Palmer, Lawrence Murray. So he shot a magazine cover fairly recently. His first
everybody
one.
owe you money, bro. You plugging everybody.
My other guy, Terrence, he has a photography he's building up. He's about to shoot that 85 South show with Chico Bean and them. His is Flora, FLORA, so you can check that out. Man, we got Tanae's Wealth Management, my boy Dejan. You can look that up if you need credit repair or financial advice. He went to got his master's degree, or he got a bachelor's and a master's degree. So he started that with 2 others. That's another black-owned business. So you need credit repair, and he posts everything. So if you don't think he legit, man, you can check his page out. He always posting screenshots, stuff from his customers. From my understanding, he has competitive, affordable prices. So definitely reach out to him. or you can hit me up and I'll put you in contact with
Yeah.
him because he always looking for, you know what I'm saying, customers and stuff like that. So Hinesville, small man, that we pack a punch.
But,
you know what I'm saying? We got a little.
Aside from repping your city and putting all your homies on, you just shouted out all the Ray Rays in them. Anything you got going on? Anything you want people looking out for or paying attention to?
So we do have something going on. We, as in me, my wife, and 2 of my childhood friends. So one of my friends, his name is John as well. I know him since pre-K. And then Hamilton, I know him since 6th grade. And then my wife and myself. So we started a company called 912 Capital Investments LLC. 912 obviously because that's where 3 out of 4 of us are from. That's where we repping. And then our goal is to generate passive income, something that we can just really grow and build over time. And so our first investment together was in a truck. And so you may have heard me mention earlier, you know what I'm saying, this investment deal with a semi-truck, 25%. And so, so trucking, we got put on. One of my homies, he drives trucks. He hit me up with the idea like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't in that mindset of like,
and now
at entrepreneur kind of status at that time.
That's exactly how I got CEP.
And then my sister said somebody hit her up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all need to get a truck, blah, blah, blah. It's money in it. And I was like, whatever. Yeah. And then one night we was on PlayStation in a chat, probably playing Madden or 2K. And we was just talking about just different opportunities, and I had brought it up. And so the next day, my homie hit me up and was like, one of our other friends, Hamilton, contacted him about the same exact idea.
Yeah, so
he was like, yo, y'all need to
this thing came up too much.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, man, we're going to make this happen. We just started running. We got the truck in June, July time frame. It was like early July, I believe. Yeah. We started running in August. It's a process. You know, that's how I started.
First 2 years of business, you always lose money.
Yeah, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to come out of pocket to pay the truck note and stuff like that. Since we don't have business credit and since it was an investment deal, we got really screwed over on the truck note. Yeah. So our truck note is $1,509 a month. Yeah, so that's $1,500, not $15. $1,500 a month.
That's too much.
But we did, you know what I'm saying? If we have to come out of pocket, it's 4 people cutting it up. So it ain't.
It's. I say y'all still making it off the whatever runs y'all do that month, but if it comes out of pocket, it's like, all right, bro, we all got to split it. So
so like we've had instances where we went without drivers. We had drivers misuse. So first driver misused company funds. You know what I'm saying? We gave him a credit card for maintenance and all that. He pretty much maxed it out in like 10 days and ran our stuff up. So we had to get rid of him. We've had people pretty much break laws as far as not taking the appropriate rest periods, stuff like that. But for anybody who's thinking, okay, well, I've heard people talk about trucking, you know what I'm saying? I'll kind of dial it back and explain how we're set up. So you see a lot of like companies, whether they're a big trucking company or a smaller dispatch company, they have like owner-operator programs. And what that means is a person comes off the street and they have their own truck, and then that company just dispatches for you. And that company takes a cut. So, like, some companies that offer you 93% since it's your truck, you're delivering it. Some companies might be like 65, 80. It kind of just depends on finding the company you want.
Who you working with.
And some companies might charge you more fees. So, like, the first company we went with, I think they were only giving us 70% of the load, but we didn't have to pay to insure the load. We only had to pay our insurance for the truck. Yeah. The company we're with now, they give us 90, but they charge us for their monthly insurance to insure the load. Yeah. So we pay insurance on the truck, and then they charge us for the insurance.
Like we're giving you more money, but you're also paying it back to us.
Yeah. So the earnings potential, if you gross enough, you know what I'm saying, it'll net better, but you just got to get somebody who's getting after it. Yeah. And so how we're set up with the owner operator, we're the owners. We hire a driver. They're 1099 independent contractor. So we don't provide any, you know what I'm saying, W-2 benefits like a 401k, any of that. We
give you the truck.
Yeah, we give you the truck, you drive, we pay all the expenses, and we just relying on you to generate money. Yeah. And we get our loads from a third-party dispatcher or a broker. And so right now we go with One Globe Transportations LLC, and they do all our loads for us. And so obviously we have to pay them for their time of doing that. So we don't have day-to-day, we don't have necessarily anything to do with the truck. Yeah. The dispatcher and the driver are the ones communicating.
You're just the ones to make sure the driver's doing his job.
Yep. and stuff like that. So it's a, I don't want to say a simple business model, but it's a profitable one if it takes off.
Yeah, it's less day-to-day admin work, but
Right.
it's still a high focus. Like, you have to pay attention. You have to keep your eyes on
Right.
it. So you can't just let it run itself.
Right. So that's how we set up with our first investment. Our truck, just to give you guys kind of like prices on trucks, don't get a brand new truck if this is something you ever even thought about. A brand new truck can go up $100K plus. So we got a 2014.
Yeah.
It had 448,000 miles on it, but trucks, if you take care of them, they can go up to like $1 million.
Yeah.
Million plus. And so we're like really halfway through a life expectancy.
Yeah.
So we can get another maybe solid 5 years out of the truck. Give us time to kind of build up money. And so we were looking, the truck was $44,000. $44,600 and some change. And so putting down a 25% plus the tags and all that stuff, taxes, we had to pay 17 grand total. So divided by 4 folks, we all had to come out 42.50 pretty much to get the truck. And then so that's settling to getting a truck, and then getting a driver has been the difficult part. Getting quality, I would say. So at first we were on Craigslist. We're trying to get on Indeed, but Indeed has a different
there's a process to getting it.
Yeah, so we're trying to find like better quality drivers.
I know some truck drivers, man. I could probably get you.
We got one right now that we are. His application is in, so I'm hoping, you know. So we're changing our processes. So our vetting process now, we got a contract typed up, exactly what you can expect, because we had a driver try to say, I didn't understand the terms we agreed to for payment. And then I'm like, well, why did you get in the truck? Why didn't you ask any questions? You know what I mean? It's
they try to play.
Yeah, they try to finesse. So we got a contract that lays out pretty much everything, expectations, being on time, you know, penalties for not being on time. So you have drivers be late, you know what I'm saying, 90 minutes and all that kind of stuff. We also changed up how we're doing. We're not giving nobody no credit card, obviously. First dude ruin that for everybody. If something happens with the truck, we just got to send us the invoice and they can pay for it. We also, again, references now from, you know what I'm saying, that's the lesson learned, you know what I'm saying, getting references for these drivers, like, who did you drive for? Previously, we reach out to them, you know what I'm saying, they tell us, like, why did they quit? You know what I mean, were they fired?
Now it's like, let me talk to the people.
Yeah, so we're refining our processes, man. It's been an interesting 3 months. But I still believe in it, man. I think we're gonna be fine, especially if we can get our own authority and dispatch ourselves, cut the middleman out. Because my boy getting out the Coast Guard, so yeah, man, we got the truck, we got a driver, and then we rely on the third party, and that's one way to get passive income. We gross, what you can expect to gross is you go around 2,000 miles in a week. So we generally tell our folks, you know what I'm saying, you get Saturday, Sunday off, you don't gotta drive, or if you just grind enough Monday through Thursday, you can get a 3-day. But if you get around, you know what I'm saying, 1,800 to 2,500 miles, you can gross, like, if you're relying on a dispatcher, you can gross around 3 to 3,500 a week. Net can be around 1,000 to 1,500. We're trying to get our gross up to about 5 to 7K a week. And then our net will probably be around 2 to 2,500, maybe even 3. So we're trying to find a driver that can kind of get after it. We used to go 50-50 split net profit with the driver. But I guess feedback from the drivers is that's not really a industry standard. So they prefer to go like a cent per mile or 20% of the gross. So that's kind of the model we'll switch to. It's just an all learning process. And so, we got our first truck, man. We trying to
get up there,
make it happen. I
was like, go ahead, tell everybody where they can find you if you want them to find you. Where you?
So, what's my Instagram? I don't even know. I don't even look at my own Instagram like that.
I think you damn_94. I think that's what it is.
All right. So I think it's damn_94_. Or you can just find me on his.
We'll put it on the screen. It'll be there.
So man, hit me up. I'll be glad to share in more detail. Anything you got any questions, just let me know. I'm always, down to help. I want everybody to eat. So
that's it, y'all. Exit off the video. Let me go stop it. Oh, my legs.
Nah, I'm already throwing up gang signs.
Yeah, action.